In this episode, you will witness one of the biggest moments of my life so far. We go to a fashion show. We talk about the symbolic meaning of clothing. And then I take a trip and I go to Lisbon, where I attend the Matthew Hussey virtual retreat. Of course, I had to continue to film Visual Metaphor Academy. I'm recording my business and video reel module, week 12. It is Saturday the 5th, right here. And I'm filming week 12. This is a 4-week intense process that my students go through at the end of Visual Metaphor Academy in the last month. And they learn the business aspect of filmmaking. So, oh my God, I'm so tired, but I just pushed through and I'm so exhausted. I recorded all these videos. Let me show you all of these. And I did it. Okay. I'm gonna get the best sleep ever. I swear to God. This is so fulfilling. After I finished filming the business and video reel module, I wanted some feedback. And my students, they needed a few more weeks until they got to the business and video reel module. So I sent the business and video reel module to Monica, my friend, for her to take a look and tell me what she thinks.
It's really good. It's really good. Mi-a plăcut super mult partea de sales, de negociere. Chiar foarte mișto. Foarte mișto. Mi se pare că îți deschide foarte mult mintea. E genul de informații care e aur curat. La tine se simte că tu chiar vrei să ajuți oamenii ăștia. Chiar vrei să le dai toate detaliile. Se vede că nu faci asta doar... Nu faci asta for the money. You really want to help. Da, cred că o să meargă foarte bine, Ioana. It's really good. Really good.
Băi, mersi mult.
Se vede că pui multă pasiune în chestia asta, adică atenție la detalii, cum crezi, toate informațiile, cum le structurezi. You're amazing. Adică mă gândeam așa, băi, dacă eram în facultate și aveam un profesor ca Ioana,
When I think of Visual Metaphor Academy and the amount of ups and downs I've been through and the amount of time it took me to make this program come to life, my mind stops. It cannot process the amount of time and how much I dreamed of creating this program. Finally, I found the process that simply works. I figure out Visual Metaphor Academy 3.0. This is the structure that simply works, and I know it because of what I see in my students so far. The students that went through Visual Metaphor Academy 3.0 have the best results yet, and soon you'll be able to see what they say. I'll share what my students say in future episodes. So after years of dreaming about this, after years of working on this, the day finally came. Astăzi, 8 martie, ora 18:21, eu, Ioana Petresco, am terminat Visual Metaphor Academy 3.0. That's it. I cannot say how much work this was. I'm just shaking right now. I just realized what happened. I'm just so shocked that I finished this. I thought it was never gonna be over. I'm just overwhelmed, to be honest. It's done, man. It's done. I'm so proud of you, baby girl. You did it. You did it. It's done. It's done. The last week's. Today I finished the last week's. This was the promise that I made to myself that I'm gonna do. It's gonna be done on the 1st of March, but I finished on the 8th of March, so it's pretty close. Like, I just finished 1 week later. I said I'm gonna do film detox. I'm gonna do pop culture detox with my signature over here. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna go celebrate now. I'm gonna do a massive celebration. I'm gonna do like a month of celebrating.
If you need me at the wrong time, throw it all out by the wayside. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. Put it all out in the open. No, we don't have to control it. Put it all out in the open.
moving on. Do you remember Gerald that I met in Athens? Really cool.
I'm trying to understand. I'm sorry.
Well, he is back.
Hello,
Gerald,
Ioana.
who is coming today to Bucharest.
What?
Oh my god, I can't believe you're coming to Bucharest.
It's quite crazy now.
It is. Wow. Bucharest is not ready for you.
You think they won't be able to handle it?
They won't be able to handle it, I think.
He came to visit me in Bucharest and we went together to Monica's first fashion show. Monica is my friend who has the brand Throne Studio and she makes many of my clothes. The latest piece Monica did for me was this blue kimono inspired puffer coat. I shot a video with this coat with Nora Jackson. It's a fashion film dedicated to Ukraine. And I didn't know what compliments were until I started wearing this coat. This coat, I swear to God, I literally walk on the street and 1 in 10 people stops me and they're like, they say something about my coat. The amount of conversations this coat started, the amount of friendships this coat started. But you'll get a chance to witness this more in this video. Back to Monica's fashion show, she did a 4-outfit collection inspired by Thierry Mugler. It wasn't just her presentation, there were multiple designers. But her collection was the best collection. She even ended the show. She had the final say in the show. After the show, we waited while everybody congratulated Monica.
Okay, Jay, what do you think?
Loved it. Every bit.
At one point, I showed Gerald a picture of Monica's brother, and he was mesmerized by Monica's brother's face. And he finally had the chance to meet the incredible Nico.
Who is this? Oh my god, you showed me this guy. This is Monica's brother.
Yeah.
I was like, where have I seen this
Yes,
guy?
this is-
I was like, is he a celebrity?
This is your favorite.
I love this man. Hello, can we
Nico. Pino Putin. Hey, Nico, you have a fan. This is Gerald.
Really? Oh,
Huge fan.
Gerald, this is Nico.
I came here to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
I love the color of your suit.
Thank you very much.
So Gerald saw you in a picture,
Oh,
and he was like, I have to have this picture. I cannot get this face out of my mind.
Very memorable mug.
Very memorable mug you have.
oh da.
Do you do public things with the mug?
Do you?
What?
The mug is your face. Do you do public things with your face?
Yes.
What public things do you do, Nico? He walks on the street in public. That is probably the only thing that Nico does as his public appearances go. But I think he should be doing public things with his face. He has great actor potential. And when him and Monica came to my place, I did a few test shots of Nico. Yeah, zi cum te cheamă?
Nicolas.
Zi, mă cheamă Nicolas.
Mă cheamă Nicolas.
Zi, salut, mă numesc Nicolas.
Salut, mă numesc Nicolas.
Câți ani ai?
17.
Ia, dă-mi un profil. Adică întoarce-te din profil. Ia uite la mine. Ia zâmbește. Ia zâmbește, poți zâmbești cu toți dinții. For finishing Visual Metaphor Academy 3.0, I did a few gifts to myself. I had material joys, like the body from Murmur that I really wanted, and the Marcel shoes. But also I made myself gifts that I can keep with me forever in the shapes of experiences. As a reward to myself, I went to Lisbon, where I stayed at this unbelievably beautiful hotel.
This is just dreamy, I swear to God.
And there I attended the Matthew Hussey virtual retreat.
This is getting very promising.
Now let me take you through my trip. In the plane to Lisbon, I was sat next to these two girls. And they initially started talking to me because of my coat, of course. I was wearing the blue coat and they were like, what are you wearing? And We continued the conversation because I was intrigued by their use of language. I don't have any people in my close vicinity that use the word fă in a conversation, and I finally had the opportunity to understand the culture of people that speak like this.
Fetele îmi explicau mai devreme semnificația cuvântului fă. Eu mereu am fost foarte curioasă, voiam să înțeleg de ce spunem cuvântul fă și ce înseamnă. Și am avut o conversație fetelor cu un taximetrist care mi-a explicat că fă este un alit. De la, dacă un băiat îi spune unei femei fă, este el și cum el zice draga mea. Însă voi acum când v-am întrebat, mi-a spus ceva diferit.
Da, nu e un cuvânt frumos, adică nu înseamnă draga mea. E un cuvânt, depinde cum e urât. Eu una îl vorbesc și îl pronunț doar cu cine îi cunosc, dar cu cineva necunoscut nu, pentru că este urât.
Aha. Cătălina, tu ce părere ai?
Făi este foarte frumos, făi fată, făi este urât.
Așa, deci este o diferență între făi, făi și fă. Făi este versiunea urâtă a lui făi, dar făi poate să fie un alit.
Nu.
Făi,
Da,
făi,
da,
poate să fie un alit. Făi e foarte urât. Fă. E urât.
Făi fată, cum înțelegeți? Făi fată.
Dar totuși, voi vă ziceți un alteia fă.
Fă, că ne permitem noi ca fete.
Da, atunci nu e urât când spuneți voi.
Nu. Nici în modul la urât.
Deci poți să zici fă și să nu fie urât.
Da. Eu zic făi, fă.
Aha.
And actually, I didn't really go to Lisbon to visit Lisbon. It was more of like me going to this hotel.
I'm here at Lumen and Lisbon Light Show Hotel. Look at this. Would you look at this?
And obviously at the hotel, I was supposed to take the Matthew virtual retreat and really take the time to integrate the changes of what this retreat was going to teach me.
This is a weekend for myself when I'm just gonna stay with myself and think about things. Think about things. I want to clarify, why am I here? What am I doing on this earth? What is motivating me? Why am I doing the things I'm doing? And for so many years, I've been building this business and I feel like I haven't had time to connect with myself. And right now, this is the moment to connect with myself. And what a better place than this place. This is incredible.
What is this Matthew virtual retreat? This is a 3-day event, an online event, where you go and somebody teaches you a way to better live your life, basically. Initially, I thought you would be able to see all of the other people that were attending, but you couldn't see anybody else. You would just have the chat and then the kind of the screen where the action would take place. It was a very intense process because in these 3 days, you had 12 hours of content every day. The premise of the retreat was like, you come here and you will become invincible after that. That was an interesting promise, so I went and attended the retreat.
I have my notebook, I have my glasses, I have the location, I have my Throw Studio coat, and I'm ready. I'm ready to party.
Day number 1, we started with a little gratitude session and then a little bit of exercise.
Direction.
Ooh, that feels really nice. You're lubricating your joints right now.
I'm lubricating my joints right now.
Off you go.
And kick.
And kick. Whether you are here today as an avid exerciser or maybe you haven't
Oh, what happened? Where did you
done
go?
much exercise.
Oh, she disappeared. So many bugs in the system, man. Let's refresh. I was in the middle of my exercise. What is happening? Okay, we're
Enjoy
back.
the
We are
exercise,
back.
okay? Enjoy the music. March it back on the spot for me now.
What's cool about life is you get to decide how you want to respond to a situation. If you say something like...
This is so interesting. So in the beginning of the program, in the beginning of the retreat, for the first couple of hours, nothing worked. Videos kept interrupting and it was very frustrating, and everybody, there are like 700 people attending the retreat right now, and everybody in the comments was freaking out, and everybody's expectations with this program are quite high. So when Matthew came to talk, it was very interesting. I was curious, what is he gonna say? And the fact that he started off by addressing the difficulty, he made this, I don't know when he came up with this speech, because it's so well said, and he used this example of what happened to him because this program is his baby and he put so much energy into it, and he had technical issues. This is not something that he could have prevented, like it was a mistake and it never happened before. And he used this to illustrate this beautiful, beautiful example and made it relatable to everybody else, that, hey, everybody, like all of you, you're gonna have problems like this when it's the moment for you, when it's a moment of high pressure and something goes wrong, and you choose how you direct your energy. And the speech he just made, well, that was good.
He talked about the concept of no matter what life throws at you, you're always going to have problems. Your life is never going to be perfect. No matter what life throws at you, create magic with it. Life asks you a question, and you can always choose to give the response of create magic.
So life never just gives an answer. Life asks a question. What do you want to do with that?
And you learn so much more from someone when you see them in action. Like, you can learn from people where you listen to what they say, but you really learn when you see them in action and when you see how they apply the things that they say. This is when things get really, really powerful. And seeing this quote that create magic, no matter what life throws at you, create magic with it, seeing this applied in such a powerful way, it was something that I can take with me forever.
30 minutes in, I think. We're 30 minutes in. Yes. This is getting very promising. This is so magical, this location, I swear to God.
This hotel. When I was looking at places to stay in Lisbon, I was looking at the options, and when I saw the pictures of this hotel, it looked so good. I thought it was 3D. It was a 3D render. I really didn't believe it was real until I went there, and it was more beautiful than it was crazy. The people at the hotel, all the staff, the energy that is inside of this hotel, there's something very, very interesting happening. Everybody has this very great welcoming energy. It is magical. It is pretty magical. And one evening, I started talking with the chef at the hotel. To be a chef at a hotel like this is quite an achievement, because this is a really, really amazing hotel. And this guy started talking to me because of my coat, of course. Like, he saw my coat and he was like, "Are you a wizard?" And I said, "Yes, I am. I am from Hogwarts." So we had this joke, and then slowly I got to see the behind the scenes of the hotel. So I got into the kitchen. And one evening, as I was on the patio, kind of writing and working on my retreat, a waiter comes and he's like, "Hey, Celco, like the chef, wants to take a picture with you." Okay, I will come with you. Let's do it. Look at this place. Let's go to meet the chef. Wait, I need this. Cels, I have my wand now.
Oh my gosh.
I have my wand now.
Oh yes, you have. So can I take a picture?
Let's do it. Yes.
Yeah.
You're already on video.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is
live.
This is live.
Yeah.
And this is Cels.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Everyone.
And he cooked the most amazing dinner.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Are we talking with someone?
With the fictional, with the Hogwarts. Day 2. I was in Lisbon, and I was at this beautiful hotel, but I was still in Lisbon, and I wanted to see Lisbon. I managed to get a SIM card. I put the SIM card in my phone, and I had internet, so I did a retreat and walk experience. So I walked around the city. My friend Damon recommended me this cafe to go to, Café de Garagem, and
I had to walk on these tiny little streets and find this cafe. I did it. I had the best weather. It was magical, I swear to God. It was magical exploring the city at the same time listening to the retreat. The information was very valuable. And today, the retreat is about to start in a few hours, so I'm over here in the lobby. Hello. I'm over here in the lobby, and what I'm doing is I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do with my life from now on, because it's kind of like a point zero in my life. I finished building this program. I worked so hard for the last 2 years to build it, and now I'm gonna obviously keep improving it, but the big work has been done. So now I have all this time to focus on different things. And I was writing all of the things that I want to do with my time, and I'm thinking about, you can do so many things, but, and I'm sure this is not my problem, what of all of the things that I want to do, which one am I going to choose? Choosing one, I feel it's very important, because if you dilute your focus, then you have diluted results. So diluted focus means diluted results. So I want to be super focused so I get results. Everything that I build starts from my experiences and the way I manage to communicate them verbally or visually. All of the movies I'm ever going to create, all of the speeches, all of the courses I'm ever going to teach are my experiences, are my life, the things that I have lived, and the lessons that I have gathered from reflecting on what has happened to me, and then being able to communicate them to other people, being able to verbally express them and to put them in a way that it resonates with other people. I had so many incredible experiences that I feel like I haven't had the time to process and put into very easy to share ideas. They're kind of like still there. Everything is in there, in my memory, in my heart, but I want to take it and just by writing, by the process of writing, of analyzing what happened, by taking are the important lessons from there, and just like turning it, processing, as like you turn chickpeas into hummus, the same thing. I want to turn this like dry chickpea. These are my experiences, and I want to soak the chickpeas, boiled chickpeas. This is the process that I have to take my experiences and turn them into the ideas that one day will impact so many people. I know that the information and the experiences that I've had are going to impact the lives of so many people, and it's my responsibility to take the time and do that. So what I wrote here, I need to invest time in processing the things that I lived and turn them into shareable ideas. Because if you serve someone a dry chickpea, they're not going to be able to enjoy it. A chickpea always has the potential to become smooth, fluffy hummus. And I want to create that smooth, fluffy hummus for people, because that is going to enrich their lives in a spiritually nutritious way.
Since the retreat, I started to do 1 hour in the morning. I wake up and I just do 1 hour in the morning. I call it my life reflection time. So I have on Notion, I have this really long list of the things that I do. Let me show you. And I'm getting so much clarity. There is such a big difference between being exposed to something, living something, and being able to teach it and explain it to other people, and being able to make those people understand and feel the things you understood and felt. If you manage to teach something, it means that you truly understand it. You don't know it if you can't teach it.
Ooh, this is so nice.
Day 3, we started with the exercise of the morning. We had a new lady, Michelle.
I like Michelle. I like her energy. She really is something special.
So much energy in your body that
she's so lovable.
Channel that to be.
Look at her.
To use it to our best ability.
You just want to adopt her.
So now,
to hold a book on our head.
If you have this really,
I don't have the book, but I have my hotel card.
Guide you around throughout your day, right? So that you were as poised and lean as your body can get. Go to flat feet.
Oh no!
Slow your tempo
My poise
down.
has been ruined.
My class designation is mobility. And yet all of these things I'm going to give
Wow,
you
this
are going to
feels
seem
amazing.
like they're too easy. How could we get a workout from these things?
Well, I'm getting sweaty, so it's
Just
working.
remember.
Michelle, you just taught me how to stretch my body, and you taught me that a tight muscle is a weak muscle. And I have so many tight muscles around here, especially like around the neck area. Like these are so tight. I need to do something about it. One of my goals for 2022, having untight muscles around my neck.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with you from London in 5 minutes, and the session will still start at 5:30.
Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Well, that was the gratitude session. Some years ago, I used to think about death a lot. This was my daily practice. I would wake up and I would think about the fact that I'm going to die and ask myself, if today would be my last day, how would I live today? What would be different? And just really think and take in the fact that I'm gonna die. And for the past year or for the past months, I haven't really thought of that much. And now doing this gratitude session with Steven, I feel like I put some thought into death again. And it's so precious. It's so precious what we have. And we could die. We could die. We could get sick. And I'm a bit emotional because I was thinking that what if I died today? If I would die today, something would happen. I am very grateful for the experiences that I've had so far, because I had a great life so far, and I'm 26, but I have loved, I was loved, I laughed as long as I breathed, and I laughed, and I experienced friendship, I experienced wonder, I experienced pain, I experienced a lot of the spectrum of what is being alive. I experienced luxury, I experienced living in the woods, I experienced nature, I experienced so many different types of people. I've connected with so many different types of people. I've been the teacher, I've been the student, I've been the winner, I've been the loser. I made a fool of myself. I went after it so many times. I went after the things that I was afraid of. I put myself out there, and I was thinking, I am grateful that I lived and I created this project. So if I would die, at least I created Visual Metaphor Academy 3.0. That was my train thought. And I just want to live a little bit more so I can create. I have so much more to offer. I have so much more to give. And I'm not ready to die. And I'm not saying that because I'm like, I want to travel to, I don't know, exotic islands. That's not the reason why I want to be alive. But I just have so much more to give. I have so much more to give to this world, to the people. I'm just getting started. This is just the beginning. And it feels surreal because it's an ending. And it's a big ending that it would make me, I got closure on life and I can die peacefully now, but it's also a beginning. I feel like it just begins now.
I spent the rest of day 3 in the hotel listening to all the content.
This is incredible. So the concept of emotional buttons from day 3, this is it. This is how you maintain your happiness. This is such an incredible way to access the emotional reasons you're doing the things you're doing for.
Now I can share with you the conclusions of the retreat. The concepts are very good, are very interesting, but what makes this retreat incredibly powerful is when you take the concepts and you see them applied in the conversations that he has with these women. He would bring women that would attend the retreat on stage, on the virtual stage, and he would coach them live. There were some incredible moments created by the interaction of the women with Matthew Hussey. Somebody came and they had this condition where they would just fall during the day. They would lose their energy and they would faint during the day, and that can be challenging. This is hard, and they had a son, and it was very, very difficult. The advice that Matthew gave to this woman, I feel like that was one of the best moments of the retreat. That is like one of my favorite moments. It was so good. And I love the fact that this retreat, it sounds very positive, sounds very like, you change your life, let's motivation. But actually, in the moments where he coaches these people, you meet real life people, real life problems. Somebody getting sick, somebody, the sister dies, she leaves you with all the kids to take care of. Like, what do you do now? Your dreams are being shattered. You have to give up things that you've always wanted. This retreat deals with real life problems, with real life pain.
This quote, "Your life will improve in direct proportion to the number of difficult conversations you are willing to have." Such a good quote.
Is there something I didn't like about the retreat? Yes, there is. When Matthew Hussey is starting to be the salesman, I don't know why he does it. I mean, he's the one that it's been 10 years in business. Maybe this is how things are done. But I feel like the moments when he starts overselling the retreat, talking about this is the last moment when you can buy the tickets for the retreat. Now, if you buy it now until midnight tonight, you're gonna be able to get this price. Like, I feel those moments are just unnecessary. I was thinking, what if I would start to sell Visual Metaphor Academy like this? You should join Visual Metaphor Academy now because I'm gonna raise the prices soon. You should join Visual Metaphor Academy until tonight at midnight because tomorrow the price is gonna double. You know, that type of sales, it's not necessary. That is the part that I didn't like. But the content, the concepts, how good of a teacher and of a coach Matthew Hussey is, completely overshadows this kind of annoying. I mean, it's good that he has a flaw. It's good that he has something that we can complain about, because everything else is so good that you just forgive him. You forgive him for trying to sell you and upsell you on the retreat or whatever. So overall, I super recommend the retreat, and I'm really happy I attended it. After the retreat, I made a few new friends. How did I make these new friends? Well, I was wearing my blue coat, of course, and they said something about my blue coat, of course. I met first a group of boys in their 20s. It was Matteo and Frank. And I went out with them one evening. We danced. Frank is a dancer and he taught us some proper dance moves. Then my Canadian boys left, and then I met up with two Brits. They also commented on my blue coat, and that's why we started talking. I went out with Pete and Harley. They're this very charismatic, funny duo. They look like Fred and Barney, and I went out with them. They had like a bro trip, so at the end, I ended up making them like this album cover of their bro trip.
Dimineața tuturor. I just want to say something. It's my last day in Lisbon. It's my last full day. Tomorrow is gonna be my last morning in Lisbon because then I fly off to Bucharest. So one of my biggest little joys in life is waking up at a hotel and then going and having breakfast.
Wow, breakfast in bed. Who are the lucky people?
On my way to do the hotel breakfast.
So this is the hotel breakfast. This omelet is what jazzes me up. Then we have the vegan nuggets. We have another section over here. I spent some time in this section, a little bit. And look at the bread. Cover the breakfast. Now we can go and eat it.
Oh my god.
Bread is
just got addicted. This is delicious.
And this is how my Lisbon adventure ends. But only for another one to begin soon. Let's talk about the outfit. First, these fishnets. Am I a fisherman? Are these little Pomodoro squares that I can just check? Am I a productivity fisherman? I might be. I'm wearing Christian Louboutin. And I'm doing everybody a favor because this is how you properly wear Christian Louboutin. Sitting down. You're not supposed to walk in these shoes because you can't. The leather coat. Let's talk about this skin-colored long leather coat. This is a very symbolic coat. What is the first ever coat a human wore? It was a leather piece of clothing. And leather clothing has so much symbolic power. And it's also pretty sexual. Let's think about Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve were banned from the heavens. Let's talk about Adam and Eve before they were banned from the heavens. They were naked. They were naked. They were not wearing clothes. Right after they were banned, they started to wear clothes. They started to wear leather clothes. Haine de piele. This is how you refer to them. And they're a metaphor for one's loss of innocence. Whenever we see people dressed in leather, we unconsciously understand the power of a piece of clothing or the meaning. We cannot necessarily put it into words, but for example, leather, whenever you see someone dressed in leather, you unconsciously think about loss of innocence and a change of values. I feel like leather clothing is the transition from the people being in communion, being naked, being one with nature, being in communion with God and nature, and the transition to the individual salvation, to individuality. Like leather clothing says, I'm here for myself. This whole outfit is a biblical moment. I have the fishnets. We talk about Jesus, where he found his apostles. They were all fishermen. Then the shoes, they're probably like the spears that killed Jesus. And the red, like the blood. I have the Adam and Eve coat, leather coat, and the Adam and Eve apple.
A fost
Prea multe peripeții.
A fost un chin pe care am încercat să-l îmbrățișez și l-am îmbrățișat.
Making magic today.
And we did it. We did it. Okay, let's do the 3. Amen.